What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I figured I'd do an update video for you guys because I haven't posted in a long time. I did film a video last 2 weekends ago. We went to a race and something happened to all the footage and it didn't work out right. But I moved my shop to the basement and I'm getting it cleaned up. Don't mind the trash over there and the trash over there. That's all got to go to the dump. But we're slowly getting it cleaned up. If you haven't noticed, we have a different color bike in the basement. This is my new 2020 Honda crf110. I've just picked it up. It will be my new project. I sold the TTR. I didn't really have a bad experience with it. It wasn't a bad bike. I just was over traveling 6+ hours to a race, spend all the money to get there, money to sign up and get in the race entry, and not even being able to race. The last race I had it at, I just had jetting issues, and no matter what I did, it didn't fix it. And I bought a new carburetor at the race, still didn't fix it. So I just got tired of it and figured if I'm gonna keep doing this, I'm gonna keep traveling all over the country, then I'm gonna get something fuel injected that works every time I need it to. So that brings us to the CRF project. I know there's about 1 million different CRF110 videos on YouTube. This will not be the same, kind of, sort of, maybe, I don't know. Anyways, so this is the engine. It has, if you can see, a bent crank. I don't have the head here right now, but what happened was the guy put a 132 big bore with stock head, stock valve springs, and I don't know for sure. I've heard different stories on what might have happened, but it broke an intake valve and locked the engine up, causing the crank to bend, destroyed the head naturally, and the piston and the cylinder. So I got it for really cheap because he didn't want to fix it. I have stock cylinder that I'm going to be putting back on it. I have here in the box a brand new crank. So we will be splitting the bottom end. I will make some kind of video on it because I'm sure there's not a whole lot. We have gaskets, head gasket, base gasket, stator cover, clutch cover. The center cases don't have a gasket. They use Honda Bond, so that's what we'll be using. As you can see, this thing needs cleaned up. After the guy broke it, he didn't bother washing it. Kind of sad. I hate when people do that because then stuff just sits there on the bike and it's stupid hard to get off. Like that stuff, I've sprayed the bike off a couple times, so we're gonna have to actually scrub it. Get in here and clean all the grime off. Needs a rear tire, but does have a rear Excel wheel, so that's cool. I put the KLX bent bars on it. Still has the stock throttle tube, which that'll be changed here soon. Stock throttle body, stock intake, stock exhaust. But that's that. When the parts come in, I'll just show you guys what I have. I'm not going to go through making 100 different videos of installing these simple parts that most people already know how to do. But I did want to show you guys. Generally, this is just a rough setup. Like I said, I just moved everything down here. And the reason being is because my garage doesn't have heat and the basement does. So, and I got a man door out here with a ramp on each side, and it's a walkout. Real easy to get the bikes in and out. And maybe someday we'll knock this part of the wall out and make French doors so I can bring the quads down here. And probably just make this my full-time bike shop down here. Probably put an air conditioning unit in that window for the summertime, or maybe that one over there. But I imagine it's probably stays pretty cool down here. I haven't really worked down here in the middle of summer to really know, but we got a lot of things I want to do. I don't know if I'm gonna keep this table set up here. That's just a bunch of extra crap over there I'm gonna get rid of. Old hot water tank and stuff. And then I think I can move this table down all the way, and I have another table that I could fit in here and just make this whole wall a big workbench. This workbench was here when I moved in. I gotta finish cleaning it off. I just gotta find a place for all this crap and get it out of my way. But I don't even know, because I got we heat with an outdoor wood burner, and somebody really sloppily ran the water lines that go out to the wood burner and back in for the hot water tank and the heat. So I don't really know what I'm gonna do with this yet. This area might not be usable, so maybe I'll just pile crap on it. I don't know, we'll see what happens. But I got some decent lights in here. I have another light that I'm gonna hang up. I don't really know where I wanna put it yet. Standing back here, I mean, it's decently bright. I'm thinking I might put it over here somewhere. I don't know. Got to clean up some wiring. This used to be an old farmer's house, and let's just say they just do whatever works. They don't care what it looks like. But we're gonna get all this crap cleaned out of here. I'm gonna keep this cupboard because it'd be good to store parts and whatever else I decide to put in there. Get rid of, take all this stuff and move it somewhere. This box is garbage. All this crap is garbage. And I'll just keep making update videos on what I do to the basement and the Honda project. I know some guys were interested in knowing about my TTR 125. Not 100% sure what I'm gonna do with it. I got it for really cheap. The engine's right here. It did run when it didn't run when I got it. It needed a carburetor severely cleaned. It was real bad. Cleaned it, did have it running. And when I was messing with my TTR 110, I pulled the cam out of that engine because I was curious if it was gonna fit in the 110. And it actually does. They're identical cams, stock for stock. They were the same thing. So when I went to put the cam back in, you have to pry down on the valve springs to lower the rocker arms so you can slide the cam in, and I bent the intake valve, so now it doesn't run. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it yet. I don't know if I'm gonna fix it. I have a guy at work that's interested in it. He's actually the guy I bought it from, and he says he might want it back. So I don't know, we'll see. It's not really in my priority list. I did put a YZ85 front end on it because I got it dirt cheap, and I sold the stock front end for more than I bought the 85 front end, so it's kind of a no-brainer. But I'm gonna continue cleaning up the basement, and I will make another video when I start to work on the Honda. Parts will be rolling in every day over the next week to get this thing fat guy friendly, because it is bone stock. The only aftermarket part that came on this bike was the rear wheel. Everything else was bone stock. So we'll see. I'm gonna do just kind of a stock build on it for now and ride it. I've never really rode the EFI Hondas, so I just kind of want to start with stock and then slowly build it up, and eventually it'll be built into a stock mod, because when you're big like me, you need that extra power to get around the track to keep up with the skinny guys on the stock bikes. So we're gonna be doing that, and probably some other stuff. I do have plans that for this year I'm going to start riding more and practicing as much as I can. I want to cut probably about 40 to 50 pounds. So I'm gonna be going to the gym here starting the new year. I know thousands of people always say the new year they want to go and work out, but I'm actually going to do it because I would like to get a little bit more serious with my racing. I've kind of been doing it just for fun, and I would just race when I felt like racing, but I want to take it a little bit more serious just because I know that I could probably do pretty well if I spent time doing it. So that's the plan. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to hit that subscribe button down below. Smash that like button. Stay tuned for the next one. Have a good night.